Hello everyone. So we're back again with another video from Science Insider. We're talking about why boob lights are so terrible. Now, I have a couple of titty lights myself. Not here, but I believe I have one in the bedroom and the bathroom. Now, I don't know, they don't light up that much, but I recently put a new unscrewed it, put a new bulb in there. Pretty bright. Bathroom is pretty bright. Can't reach the bedroom one. It's very high, and I don't want to put a ladder in my my bathroom. I have very high ceilings. I love high ceilings. So let's find out why it's so terrible.
Yeah, you recognize this. Do you have one in your home? Do you have more than one?
Yep.
I have 4 in my 1-bedroom apartment, including this one that's now home to a dead roach. If I could be honest, I hate them. Call it Freudian if you want, but
no, like I have these ones. The one in the bathroom is a little bit. I actually have 3. I have one in the kitchen too, but no, not in the kitchen. In the closet by the kitchen, and I think that one is broken. Haven't been able to replace it, but the one in the bathroom is a little bit different than that. The one in the bathroom, I can access it. It doesn't have that little thing around it. The one in the bedroom has that. And I can access it. I can like unscrew it, and I can change the bulbs. But in one in the bedroom, it's exactly like this, with the nipple and everything, and I can't unscrew it without taking out the whole thing.
they just collect dust. They're an insect graveyard, and they're just ugly. So I'm gonna start replacing them, and along the way, I'm gonna find out why boob lights.
So you gotta unscrew the nipple first. Okay. But I don't want to go all the way up there. That's so freaking high.
Are on the ceilings of so many homes. Why are they everywhere? Why are they designed like that? And with all of your options when it comes to how to light your home, why?
I mean, I hear his voice, and I figured he was a little sussy baka. But why would you have problems with titties? I mean, everyone likes titties, man. Like everybody. Especially babies. Can't get enough.
Why? Just why? I don't get it. All right, let's be fair. We're going to call it by its G-rated term, which is a flush mount dome light fixture.
That's a mouthful. Just like some titties.
But speak to any lighting designer or a contractor, and they're going to call it exactly what you think. In pursuit of answers, I spoke with Charles Brill, co-founder of designer lighting manufacturer Rich Brilliant Willing.
The boob light, it has a really simple construction. It's usually a plastic or opaline glass sphere with a little threaded nut in the middle that kind of holds the glass in place. It allows you to easily relamp the light fixture. That style of fixture, a sphere or a dome with a
that Charles guy doesn't look like a hard-working type of dude. Wears sweater vests. I would think he's a nepo baby, kind of inherited the company from his father or something. Just doesn't seem like the kind of guy that looks handy, you know?
Perimeter metal is basically the bare bones construction method of a flush mount.
The term for materials like these is builder grade. An inexpensive construction solution, as long as you're not the one living with it. Flush mount fixtures are super popular in construction because then you don't have to deal with hanging chandeliers or worrying about how low lights are going to hang in the room. There are thousands of flush mount designs from hundreds of...
Okay. Variation in the nipple itch. You got the pointy tit. You got a little bit of roundage. I like the round ones. I don't like the long pointed ones, you know, because those gravity really gets a hold of those, and you pretty much get stretchy socks situation going on there. You really see the wrinkles in them when they really get older, the stretch marks and all that. You want to get the nice round ones right there. If they're small, pointy ones are okay. If they're small though. But I do like a good firm, round, small one. You know what I mean? They look nice, very aesthetic. You know what I mean? I don't like if I'm gonna be dating a woman, you know, long term, I want firm and small, compact, you know, like she can still jog and keep herself in shape without, you know, just knocking herself out on every footfall. So that's nice. But if you want to have a fun night, get them sloppy and big.
Companies. The lighting industry in general is booming, reaching $43 billion in revenue in 2019. And boob lights are some of the cheapest, especially if you're buying in bulk. Look, I can get a pack of 6 for $40.
That's a good deal.
But frugality can't be the only
no street corner needed
answer, can it? Who designed this and decided this looks great on a ceiling?
It does.
To find out, we have to go back in time. Or to your local craft bar. You recognize these, though. Edison.
Yeah, at a bar, yeah. I think there's a local vegan place that has the kind of lights like this. Very pretentious. Don't like it.
Bulbs. They're the trendiest thing now, but before 1904, they were the only name in the light bulb game. And they kind of sucked. They were powered by a carbon filament that wasn't very bright, but burned hot. Not a great thing to enclose in a diffuser and shove in the ceiling. Fire inspectors would not have approved. Builders usually hung them from ceilings, but kept them low in pendant lights. Then, as cities grew, builders looked for ways to...
Oh, so they kept them... The reason they created those hanging ceiling lights is because it wasn't bright enough, so they wanted low enough to get a good lighting going. Okay, I see what the situation
light
is.
Smaller rooms with shorter ceilings, and their prayers were answered by the improvement in mass production of the incandescent light bulb in the early 1900s. Invented in Britain and developed by William Coolidge, these bulbs swapped the hot, dim carbon filament with a tungsten filament. The new bulbs burned much cooler and were bright enough to be installed right next to the ceiling.
Nice.
Builders also loved installing flat mount light fixtures in the newfangled concrete-based homes because they didn't have to install hardware in the concrete ceiling. Okay. Designers like Virden, Beller, even Sears and Roebuck created
these just looks like they block more light than they let through. Why would you even design this? You're just creating pottery, man.
Fixtures in this new style. Early flush mounts played around with the design, often relying on screws around the edge to keep the diffuser in place. Finally, around 1930, perhaps as a result of some new technology making hardware smaller, an anonymous light fixture designer discovered that the finial could be placed at the center of the dome. This secured it in place, making it easier to swap out bulbs.
Hey, just natural progression. Eventually you realize that the tit is the way to go. It all comes back to the nips, man. It's where we started. You know, it's our first love, and it will be our final.
And changed history forever. After that, it was game on for the boob light.
Yep.
The growth of the suburbs during the 50s saw a surge in construction and secured the light's position on hardware store shelves. Through the decades, styles came and went, but one thing stayed the same. This was the cheapest option. If you were building a home on the
cheap,
your ceiling had a boob light. Sound what, you may be thinking, and you're right. Besides being distracting, there's nothing wrong.
Distracting? Okay.
Wrong with relying.
I was joking around about it, but I'm not staring at my goddamn ceiling lights because it looks like tits.
On a boob light? The targeted lighting for a 100 square foot living space is 2,000 lumens, which a flush mount will do fine, but it's one source. From a lighting design perspective, they're kind of basic.
When you start with a room with only a flush mount, the ambient light is created through the flush mount. To really define a space, you want to be able to wash the walls to define the perimeter of the space. Work with floor lamps.
That's terrible. What? So low.
Lamps or other track lighting that have a focal light to feature textiles on your sofa or an area rug.
At the end of the day, it's not that I have anything against boob lights. It's that lighting, like everything, is an art form. It should serve as both form and function. And it's fine to design a light that stands out or blends in, but this does neither, which just makes it that much more confounding that they're everywhere. It's impossible to talk about lighting in 2020 without mentioning LEDs. They've been changing the game since the early 2000s. As of 2018, LEDs own 76%.
Okay. LEDs? I don't really use LEDs that much.
Of the lighting market.
I don't really like them. I don't like bright lights. It just bothers me.
As more new homes are built, the slim, barely there profile of low-power LEDs will inevitably push out the bulky boob light as the default ceiling light in newer homes. If you live with boob lights and you like them, you do you. But don't be afraid to consider alternatives. See what your local lighting shop has in stock. If the wiring is intimidating, there are even diffusers and shades that can fit easily over the...
I hate this new age, man. It's like growing up, intimidating. That wasn't a word that was so popular that they use it for every goddamn thing. Someone doesn't find you attractive, they're intimidated. You don't know how to do something, it's intimidating. Like, I hate this new age. I hate it so much. I want to go back to adults being adults, you know what I mean? And this sort of making people feel comfortable having a childlike mindset, even in their adult age, it's just so... I don't think people have a greater desire to be... to have attention heaped on themselves rather than respect. Like, people don't value respect as much as they used to. I value respect. I would find it very disrespectful if someone would think I would be intimidated by something. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old.
Existing fixture. But if you're feeling HGTV vibes, swap it out, even if you are in a rental. Just remember to turn off the breaker. It does wonders to individualize your living space.
Oh. I don't mind this one. But I think it only looks good in the daytime like this. You have that in the middle of the night, it's not providing much light.
Just store the boob somewhere safe and swap it back in if you do it.
I got it. I'll swap some tits. Anyways, that was informative. I think we learned a lot. Until next time.